Good morning. Welcome to Dharma Morning Light, a place where Buddhist wisdom brings clarity and peace to your journey. Many people fear solitude, believing that being alone means being incomplete. But in Buddhism, solitude is not loneliness. It is a path to self-discovery and inner peace. Today, I will share with you a powerful Buddhist teaching on the art of being alone, revealing how solitude can be a source of strength and wisdom. The Buddha once said, "He who sits alone, lies down alone, walks alone in diligent practice, and alone tames himself, should find delight in living in the forest." Living alone can be a daunting concept for many people today. Society often portrays a successful and fulfilling life as one surrounded by people, possessions, and constant engagement. However, throughout history, nearly all spiritual traditions have emphasized the value of solitude. This is why many religious leaders sought isolation, distancing themselves from the noise of society to discover true liberation. The same was true for the Supreme Buddha. Before his enlightenment, he was a prince living in luxury, indulging in worldly pleasures. But he realized that such indulgence did not lead to the truth he was seeking. Thus, he left his palace and wandered from one forest to another, meditating and searching for ultimate peace. Living alone can be a blessing when embraced correctly, but it can also feel like a curse to those who struggle with it. Many people express their fear of loneliness, feeling overwhelmed by negative thoughts. This struggle arises when solitude is perceived as isolation rather than an opportunity for inner growth. Ultimately, how solitude affects us depends on how we approach and utilize it. Let me share a story. When Prince Siddhartha left his palace, he sought wisdom in the forest. There, 5 monks accompanied him, believing that extreme ascetic practices were the only path to liberation. They practiced self-mortification, enduring harsh conditions, fasting, and putting their bodies through great suffering. This was known as Attakilamatthanu Yoga, self-mortification. Prince Siddhartha had already left one extreme, the indulgence in sensual pleasures, but now found himself at the opposite extreme. After 6 years of intense practice, he realized that neither indulgence nor self-mortification led to true awakening. Instead, he discovered the middle way, a path that balances material and spiritual life. One day, he decided to nourish his body again. Taking his alms bowl, he sought food after a long period of fasting. The 5 monks who had followed him were disappointed, thinking he had abandoned his quest. They believed he would soon return to palace life and left him. Alone in the forest, with no one around him, Prince Siddhartha had the perfect opportunity for deep contemplation. Without distraction, he focused entirely on his spiritual journey. Finally, seated beneath the Bodhi tree, he attained enlightenment. This story illustrates that solitude, when used wisely, can be a profound blessing. However, solitude can also become a burden if one does not know how to channel it positively. Many who struggle with loneliness experience a buildup of negative energy. According to science, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Instead of attempting to eliminate negative energy, we must redirect it into something constructive. One major cause of loneliness is the lack of a goal or purpose. When people lack direction, they feel empty. Those with a purpose, whether material or spiritual, do not dwell as much on their solitude because they are engaged in meaningful pursuits. Regardless of one's background, developing spiritual goals is essential. Eventually, there will come a time when we all must face solitude. Without inner strength, this isolation can become overwhelming. To avoid this, we must learn how to convert negative energy into positive energy. The key is setting clear goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Who do I want to become? What qualities should I develop? By identifying areas for self-improvement and actively working on them, we transform solitude into an opportunity for growth. Time is a crucial factor in self-development, and solitude provides the perfect space for reflection. This is why I always recommend setting aside time each day for yourself, a dedicated me time. As a practical step, spend at least 15 minutes a day in solitude. Put away your phone, turn off the TV, and simply sit with your thoughts. Allow yourself to connect with your inner world. Through this practice, you can cultivate mindfulness and deepen your understanding of yourself. I hope this insight helps you embrace solitude as a powerful tool for self-discovery. May you find peace in solitude and turn loneliness into a path of spiritual fulfillment. Namo Buddhaya.